Anybody else in here been here from the very beginning? So anyway, the rest of us have been caught up in that stream ever since, and of course, many different backgrounds, people from many different walks of life, all of us coming together for the same purpose. And I think that when I think of this class of 2016, I think of it as the embodiment of what a long time ago, 17 years ago, we thought of, and all the years that we moved forward. And I'll tell you what, those first few years were what I today call the survival years. And Kyle back there shaking her head like that. And I think that this is what we hoped for, but I think that I never dared dream that it would ever be anything like this. And I think that all of the input from the parents, from the entire school community, all of the teachers who've taught here over the years, all of the different principals we've had, and then, of course, every single graduating class, all of the people who've gone through the school, one is built upon another, and we've reached the point where I can't remember the last time I've had a bad class. I can't remember the last time that I was in a situation that I felt uncomfortable in at Woods, and I feel just tremendously privileged to be able to teach in such an atmosphere. And to students who year after year, and especially and particularly with this class of 2016, just student after student who wants to learn, who wants to grow, who wants to serve, who wants to do something meaningful with their life. And so it's a great privilege for me to have the honor to be a part of that. And again, I would say this class embodies all of that. Three people I'd like to point out right here at the beginning who I think they need to be acknowledged by the senior class, and that's our senior class advisors. So I'm going to ask them to stand. Ms. Sykes. I was senior class advisor for 15 years. They've taken it to a new level, and it's just absolutely amazing to me to see all the different colleges that our graduates are getting into, all the different scholarships, all the different programs they participate in. And again, the school's just getting better and better as we go on. I, at this time, have the opportunity to make a few more remarks, but I've decided I'm going to intersperse those with talking about our valedictorian and salutatorian. And I think this is a class where you could take the whole class and then just kind of reach your arm out this way and that way and grab two, and so many of them could be up here as well. We've had other classes similar to that, but this class in particular, that's true of. Nevertheless, our valedictorian is determined by the person with the highest weighted grade point average, which is a combination of the grades that a person makes and also in the difficulty of the courses that the person takes. And it was a nip and tuck battle this year, as it so often is. And our salutatorian, the second place finisher, is Kathy Novak. Kathy, would you stand? Telling my wife last night, Kathy's the embodiment of what Woods is all about. And again, there's others I could say that about here as well. Kathy's not often I have to gather myself at the podium, but nevertheless, you brought that about, so congratulations to you. Kathy is going to a great university, North Carolina State University. Of course, that's where I graduated from as well. Very happy about that, very happy for North Carolina State University. And I could point out just a couple of the awards that she's won. She's won the State Employees Credit Union Scholarship, which our school has won several times now. And if you were at the award ceremony yesterday, that was explained. It's a very prestigious award, and congratulations to you. It's tremendous. Also, she won our service award, and I think if there's any award that you want to win in this school, other than the principal's award, perhaps service award is the one that really represents what our school is all about. So again, congratulations to Kathy on that. Now throw that all together with the fact that she had the second highest weighted grade point average, and that tells you the kind of student that we have here at Woods. So whatever Kathy achieves in the future, I hope that she's able to think back to the time that she was here at Woods and have fond remembrances of what she started to achieve also right here at Woods. Because not only has she learned, but she herself has contributed greatly to this school. Our valedictorian this year is Tommy Johnson. Tommy, would you stand up? Tommy has won so many awards in his entire career, and I think he won enough this year for the rest of his life, but hopefully he won't stop there. He was our Male Athlete of the Year, even. He won the Principals Award, which is our highest award here for Woods, combining our best all-around student who's achieved academically and in every area of school life. And now, of course, he's also our valedictorian as well. Tommy's going to be attending Kenyon College in Ohio, a very prestigious private school. And he'll also be on the cross-country team, right? And of course, I'm sure knowing Tommy, he'll be participating in almost every club that they have. How many of y'all have seen Chariots of Fire? Great movie. He reminds me of someone who would be in a situation like the at Cambridge University in the early 20s, going around to see all the different clubs he could participate in, then also being very much involved in the track team and so forth as well. So anyway, Tommy, I think, embodies also what Woods is about. And when I think of teaching my U.S. history course 2 years ago when they took it as juniors, Tommy was one of the most outstanding students in it. I think history is a subject that he loves. He showed it. Both for Kathy and Tommy, getting their weekly homework assignment would usually mean 3 or 4 or 5 pages of a masterpiece of work. And this was consistent all the way through. Anybody else in here remember chapter reviews? So I think that the thing about that is so important is because what it required was consistency. And you had to answer every question, like the 2 pages of questions. And if you're going to do it well, they all required some thought. Tommy was probably one of the best students I've ever had in regards to answering every single question thoughtfully and in depth. And of course, by the end of the year, he was very much ready for the AP exam and made the highest score you could. So that's just one example of the kind of student that he is. I have a gift for you, Tommy. Now, I'm going to ask you all a quiz question here. This is a biography of a president. Which one do you think it is? Okay, that's what you would all say, but I'm sorry it's not. It is Abraham Lincoln. And so Abraham Lincoln, founder's son. And the reason I got this for Tommy was because Tommy is someone who's incredibly interested in working for peace and working for better relations in the world, politically and internationally and so forth. And I think that there is no president that we've ever had who's ever been put in a situation where he had more moral decisions that he had to wrestle with and deal with. And this book is fabulous in talking about that and examining them and seeing how one of our greatest presidents, my book, second greatest, had to wrestle with them and make decisions that were excruciatingly difficult. And so, Tommy, I think that you'll really enjoy this, and you can add it to your summer reading list. So, without any further ado, the valedictorian for the class of 2016, Tommy Johnson.